everybody. As you can see, this is not Fastrac. With today's Monday, yesterday I said about the surprise that's coming today. Yeah, it goes alright. And now you can see that it's actually a demo of Claas. When they turned up this morning, I've done a bit of baling this morning with it. They turned up with their Claas demonstrator baler on the back, and we said that we wanted a tractor, just a tractor, to do some bale cart and some ploughing, and just to test it out and see whether it keeps up with a Fastrac, or near enough pretty much. I must admit, compared to our older Fastracs, it's just as good. I've not been in a new Fastrac yet. Now the surprise is out. We've got another surprise coming on Monday, and that is a 8330 Fastrac, which I'll say later on talk about later on in the video. So I'll be able to compare this against that next week. It's a nice tractor. We've now had it since they came at about 9:30, and it's now 2:30, so we've had a bit of a go with it now. So I've been able to sort of test it out a little bit and figure it all out. I had one quite a while ago when we brought my 8250. It then needed a new engine. It needed an engine rebuild, so they gave us a Claas Axion 810, I think that was, quite a while ago now. Had the little joystick, the little tiny stumpy joystick with manual levers. Everything else was much the same, like the steering column, seat and the passenger seat and that, but they've got all the new armrests in them now. This is an Axion 840, so it's 250 horsepower. It's got the power shift gearbox with the Cebus touchscreen rather than the column down the controls on the column and on the pillar, I mean. So it is the highest spec of the 840. I know that I was talking to Will Halliwell, who brought it over. There's an 850, which is 270 horsepower, which would have been a bit more to horsepower that we would have needed. But this is all they have on demo at the moment, so we've got it. It's 250 horsepower, so it's the same as the 8250, but it is. We probably will be looking at one that's more 270 horsepower. So that one actually does come with a CVT gearbox as an option, which will probably be what we go for, because we get on really well with CVT gearbox. And to be honest, you do need that little bit extra horsepower with the Vario gearboxes, just to get them going up hills and things. But it's really nice. It's the first time I've been in a new one like this. It's 2020, 20 plate, and I think it has only ever done baling, because the hitch, the little hook hitch, the paint's all still on it. There's nothing. So yeah, this is probably the first time it's ever been on a trailer. Had a trailer on the back, but it's all got the armrest, all the touch screen, everything, and it's really nice. It's laid out nice. Now I've figured out how to adjust the armrest and that. It's in a lot better position for me. To start off with, it's quite low down and short. Now I've figured out how to do it all. Yeah, it's a lot more comfortable. Just get a phone call. Sorry about that. That was Oliver's ringing up, asked if they've got any pickup trucks for Chloe. Chloe's looking at getting a pickup truck, but Kevin. Yeah, sorry, that's the farmer that we've baled the straw off of. But yeah, it's a really nice tractor. It's nice, it's really nice, but it is a little bit sort of plasticky. but they are a cheaper tractor compared to a Fastrac, to what we're used to. I've been looking at second hand because we'll probably be looking at either ex-demo or very nice second hand, and pretty much new. And the prices of these are really, it does make you think, is it worth that extra money? Which is why we've looked at these tractors. As you've seen in Dad's videos from last cultivations, he had that John Deere 6250R. That had quite wider tyres. I think that had wider tyres on it than this does. Not by much, but a bit. But going down the road, this is a lot more smoother suspension. Really, that had a Vario gearbox in it. So really, if anything, that should have been smoother. But to be honest, this is even smoother with a power shift gearbox. Sorry, I'm still getting used to it because I've been driving my 8250 recently, and that's all Vario gearbox, that is. So yeah, but yeah, this cab comfort is sprung cab suspension like our smaller Arians, which I was a bit surprised at because of how smooth it is. They must have improved them pretty well because it is quite good. Gone through all the touchscreen a bit now. You've got 4 electric spool valves. There's 2 that have actually got the actual switches, and then the rest are done on the other little joystick. So yeah, I've sort of had a bit of a play around with it. We've had a play around with the baler and everything, which I'll say later on in the video. So yeah, its first impressions are good. They are good tractors for the price of them, but we will see quality wise when we get the 8330 on demo. So I'll be able to tell you later on about that. But yeah, so I'm going to do some filming of this. I've done some filming of it baling and talked about it when it was on the baler, which will come up later in the video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's a nice surprise. New Holland, they are quite a new tractor. I think they must be about been making them probably about 30 years now, where other tractors 60-70 years. So they have had a lot of catching up to do as a brand, and yeah, I think they've caught up pretty well. I know it's not to the standard of a JCB, it's not got the quality. I won't be able to tell you exactly until we have that 8330, but the quality of the tractor and that, it does feel a little bit plasticky inside and things, and doesn't feel quite as they can't fit. There's not the quality. The quality isn't quite as good. But when you're looking at a tractor, when you're looking at a tractor, a big part of that is price, and that is what has shocked me at the price between a Claas or a JCB. The JCB we're getting is a second-hand machine that they've got in, but we wanted to give it a test before we had a proper look at serious buy it looking at one, and that one is second-hand with 3,500 to 4,000 hours, I think they said, and they're looking for 95,000 for it, which is a lot of money for a tractor second hand. They just shown me Will Halliwell just shown me a Claas tractor. It's a Claas Axion 950, I think he said. It's a 410 horsepower, so it's bigger than the 8330. It done more hours. It's done 6,000 hours, so it's done more hours than that one, probably about 2,000 hours more around there. So it's done a few more hours, but there was about 30 grand price difference between that. That was cheaper by about 30 grand, which is a lot of money. That's another tractor really. That's sort of another Claas Axion we could have. And when I saw that, I was quite shocked at the price difference. Really shocked at the price difference, to be honest. And that's why I wanted to have a look at the Claas tractors, because of the price difference, and see what the quality is. And I don't know, is she alright? Yeah, she's alright. Yeah, just looked like she'd stop for a minute there. I just wanted to see the quality difference. I want to see the cab suspension and see whether it is smoother now, and see how comfortable they are going down the road, as well as doing field work as well as. So this will show us today. Will show us, because after we're finished here, we'll go and do some bale cart with it, and hopefully later on, if we get time, I might do a bit of ploughing with it if we can. See if it's man enough to do that. It's quite a big plough. I haven't put it next to the 8250 yet, but it does look slightly shorter framed, but it does look like it's got quite big size tyres on it. I haven't seen what size they've got on it, but I think it will do it, and we'll see how it gets on, and I'll be able to tell you a bit more about it. Right, so it's Tuesday today. Just put the baler back on because it's going back today. We had it all day yesterday, and then we've had it this morning. We're hoping to get some ploughing done with it. I'll just hop in the cab. We're hoping to get some ploughing done with it today, but we ran out of time really. By the time we would have got the plough on that, we would have only had about half an hour's ploughing, and it weren't worth doing it, so we thought we'd get another load of straw back with it. Really happy with it. If I pull that forwards, that's your dash. On there they're flashing, all the lights are flashing, but you got your park, forwards, neutral, reverse, which is quite handy, because when you take it out of park and put it into forwards, it will take your park brake off, and yeah, it's an automatic handbrake. So it's got the new, well, what I call new, but probably they've had it a little while now, armrest with the like brick shaped joystick. It's a P-tronic gearbox, like I've said, but you've got your PTO, your 2 spool valves there, then your spool valves on there, and your function keys. It has got a nice bus system on it, but they have got the Claas monitor in, and yeah, so you have got good visibility of the pickup on these balers. But to be honest, I don't like the baler. Chrome balers, I like chrome balers. But yeah, so you've got plenty of room in this. I've had to adjust the armrest quite high up for me and for it to be comfortable, but everything you really need is on the armrest. And then you got your sort of PTO selections there, and some of your linkage settings there and that, but everything really is on your armrest. And you've got a little compartment there in the armrest. Up there you've got all like your lights and that, all your lights, the lights on this are brilliant. Your aircon unit, your radio. That side you've got anything, there's a few fuses up in there. In the back here you've got, most people who drive Class know, you've got your box, which also has a handle on it you can pop off. Then you've got your passenger seat, that's quite an improvement. And then in there you've got your fridge, which is enough room for two 2-litre bottles of drink and a sandwich and everything. You got your brake, and they're not slewing brakes on this. I think the smaller ones still do, but I'm not sure. But yeah, overall it has been a really good tractor to drive. It's been nice and comfortable. There's not a lot bad I can say about it, to be honest. I'm just going to put you on the window, but yeah, so there's not a lot bad I can say about this tractor, to be honest. The only thing that we're not used to, that we are used to, is the not doing 40 mile an hour. But it does do 55k, so it isn't far behind. I followed Jamie back with my 8250, and yeah, it sort of kept up pretty well. On the long runs he sort of pulled away from me, but to be honest, fully loaded, it is difficult to get up to that 40 mile an hour speed limit, speed on the Fastrac. So on the way up there he would have probably unloaded, he would have probably got ahead of me, but on the way back I was able to keep up pretty much most of the way. Probably only a couple minutes ahead of me. But no, overall it is a really good tractor. I think the next one up would suit us better. This is an 840, so an 850, which is 165 horsepower, and you'll have the option of a CVT gearbox. So I think we really do need to have a look at one of them first before deciding whether we're going to change colour. But it is a nice tractor. The suspension isn't as good as a Fastrac, but it isn't far off of it, and you're looking at a price difference of about 20 to 30 grand. So on Monday I will be able to tell you whether that 20-30 grand price gap is really worth it. On our budget, we haven't got the most amount of money for tractors, but we are at the stage where we do need a new tractor. So yeah, so we are needing a new tractor really for next season, for next harvest, to replace the 8250, because she's almost at 9,000 hours. So by the end of today, by the end of this season, we'll probably have 9,000 hours on her, and she is starting to get tired now. So it is time to look at a replacement. But yeah, so Monday I'll be doing another video of the 8330, and yeah, I'll be able to show you that. Another nice little surprise at the end of the season. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I think it's going to be quite a long video. I'm going to edit it all tonight and hopefully put it up tonight. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I've tried to do a bit of everything with it, sort of show you around it all, showing you the inside and the outside. It does seem a very well built tractor and been very well thought out. I know the new Fastracs have been a lot more thought about as well, so we'll be able to compare the two and see whether that price difference is actually really worth it. But yeah, it's nice. It's been nice to see a different brand of tractor. We had John Deere last year, which I've said. I think the cab suspension on this is better and a lot smoother. So it might be time for a change, but we'll see how it is and see what this new 8330 is like, because we've never had anything to do with one. So it'll be good to see, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Is there anything about my t-shirts and that? If anyone is interested in my t-shirts, please message me on Instagram, or yeah, just message me on Instagram and I'll sort something out and see how much interest there is on it, on whether I do anything about it. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.